Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and today guys I'm gonna review a mock again because it's before this one I've made the review of Nekio in English. Wasn't really that good with my English, but still. And today, not really today, but right now I'm gonna do Cychae. I think it's I think it's called like that, Cychae, and here it is. So of course it's from the same series as Nekio, so this means he's got two wheels. He's got wheels on his feet, like Amboa for example, if I have to compare him with a Bionicle set. And also it got some circle or some rounded shaped object on his back. This time it's this part, so not an X-pod. You can find this part as for example some jet engine in the Axel Hour, also in the Toylica surfboard or stuff like that. And it was released first, for example, in a Toa Maui playset in light blue. But I haven't this in light blue, I just got this in black. So of course, this means that the color scheme of this mug had to be black. And so with black, I choose the color red, some red matter. So I could use with the red matter this part which was released in Aka, so the new arm, the Inika arm and Vaki legs, Inika legs and Vaki legs also, which were released in Matter Red in Aka. And I really like this color, so that's why I decided to put red matter and black together for this mug. Also, at first I don't really know what to do because Nekio was supposed to be quite like the challenger, so it was supposed to look like young, energetic, and stuff like that. And I don't really know what to do with this, with the overall design of this mug. And I decided to make some bulky mug for this one, a bulky one, but also kind of an hunchback also with his position, with his back bended, as you can clearly see right here. And so here we go. I've begun to mock. So what I've done first with this mock, well, it's a body, but the body it's quite hard to show you how it works. First of all, if you want to know where I began my mock, I began this one. I decided that I will use the Vaki pelvis, but the part which was really important was to use unbended technique beam, because I thought that this part will be very useful to make a bended back, and so quite like an hunchback. And the bulky aspect I want to make with this mark. So I just have a technique beam, so I've kind of supersized it with other beams, and then I've just put some other part on it. So for example, the first one I put is this older body frame. Don't really ask me why. Is just I've seen this part in my parts, and I've decided why not. So I just decided to use it and try to put it on the back of the body, and then from there it's all parts put together. So you can clearly see. So for example, to hide the beams, I decided to put a Metro body right here. Also, you can see the parts used to hold this part, which was this time easier than for Nekio, because it's just some technique beams put on a Baroque part. The Baroque part is useful. It has been chosen. It has been chosen. Excuse me, because of its rounded aspect, which was useful to make all the back rounded one, as you can clearly see with the use of the washi back, and also this washi legs, which, as you can clearly see, if I put this off, adds to the overall curved shape of the back of the body, of the mock, in fact. So here you go, put some wheels, and you can see also some asymmetrical right here with some gears here and not on this side. Also some hose pipe. Those pipe also was used to make the mock more curvy, if I can say so, more rounded. And then put this part right here because I like this Baroque part, and I don't really use them that much. So that was interesting to use this in the smoke. Then what I mocked after that, well, maybe that was the legs. So here we go. The legs quite a disappointment, if I can say so, because, well, I couldn't really put a pneumatic system right here, so that means that they are very weak on some pose, if I can say so. Well, on there is just a double connector, you can see really simple, not an custom leg, as for example for Nekio, which was a custom one with two connectors linked together with lift arm. This time is just double connector, excuse me, with some other parts on it. So for example, this technique panel and stuff like that. So here we go, I used this part right here. And then you got the wheels, which are also quite a disappointment because, as you can see, I put the connectors in this way, and that's really a big problem because that means when I want to crouch my mug, for example, as you can clearly see, it's stuck on this position because of the position of the connectors, and I can't really put the connector in other ways. So that's really a problem for the pose, I have to say. Well, I'll do some big wheels right here, some technique panel to hide the two wheels, and then some details right here with two gears, just to fill the big hole of the wheel. Well, that's quite all for the legs. The arms right now were quite, well, they were already designed quickly. I just wanted to make them bulky and rounded, so I just choose big parts. So for example, it's really simple. In fact, if you look on this side, for example, you will see that it has two connectors linked together with two Baroque body parts, so it's really easy. And then on this body part, I've made some Baroque windscreen right here in black, which was from the Exotoa, for those who don't remember. Then to have some, yes, well, I'm gonna call this a shape reminder. Not really know the real use in English, but a shape reminder for me is the use of the same shape across the same mug. So for example, that means that you know about the rounded shape and stuff like that. That means I have used this part right here, this Baroque weapon, not really weapon, but Baroque and right here, for example, Baroque shield, excuse me, yes, Baroque shield right here. And so for shape reminders, I've put some other Baroque shield on this side, so right here and black here. Some details with this slicer foot. Then here we go for the bottom part. You can see the lower part of the arm. So this part is quite useful, in fact, to add some little details on your mug. And then the hands, which at first were just made with this part and this part, inspired from the Baroque, the Wakshi Kabaya model. You have maybe seen this. I will use them in my it's on my account, by the way, on my channel. But then I decided to put this part because I really wanted to put a Galley Oak in red on my set, so on my mock, excuse me. So that's why is the only way to put in. It was on the end. So here we go. And you have kind of a closed end shape thanks to this part, which is bended on this point, as you can clearly see. And that's also, here we go with a ball joint, a 2006 one. Yeah, right here. Excuse me, like that. And like this. And here we go. Now the head, well, it was quite complicated, in fact, because, well, here we go. It's already changed, in fact, and if you have already seen my if I've already seen, yes, my review in French, you will notice that the head, in fact, is quite different because even if I used this big Unreal Mystica part, which was quite useful because it looked really a mechanical part, and it was really what I wanted with this mug, excuse me, an hosepipe just fell off, excuse me, right here. So I really want also a mechanical aspect, a robotic aspect of this mug. So this part was really useful because it was big and quite the design I wanted. Excuse me for the truck sound. Then I put on the first version, in fact, there were already this kind of horn, if I can say so. Well, there are some Mato Maui blades, in fact, but still. The only thing I've changed, in fact, it was on the first version, it was just a slicer visor, white ears, and that's all. On this version, I tried to put an eye to make his real face, in fact, just an eye, in fact, so kind of a cyclop. And also, I had some parts on the upper side because it was quite, well, it was quite blind without this part. Excuse me. And so I decided, excuse me, we can't really see that much. I decided to put this part to make quite like an helmet, in fact. So this means that with the panel on this side, it's when he's racing against other contestants, like for example Nekio or some other guy. And on this mode, it's when he's not racing, in fact. So no need to protect his head, no need to protect himself with these two panels on the sides. And you can also notice the visor, which were also already here in the first version of the head. And also you can notice this Mactoran arm used as a rounded shape, so kind of a shape reminders if you have followed my review. And well, that's all. Yes, but that's all. So now for the ask question section, so it's quite awful on some aspects. I have to say that these 4 marks, these 4 marks are not really the best articulated mock I have ever done. Alright, here we go. It will be better to show you how it works. So this part, well, yes, also I really wanted to put a Goya shape on this one. You have to know this. You can notice this with the position of the arm, which are put in this way, in the reverse way, if I can say so. So you have this mode, so of course the arms can turn this way. But you can also put in this mode, right here, which is in fact after the race, so not in the race mode. And then you can turn this all the way up, so really good. The same goes for the hands, excuse me. The head on the other way is really badly articulated because this part is really big, so it touches these two baroque shield. So you can turn this on the side, so it's still okay, but not that much. Of course, it can't really look down or up. I think that's all. And then you have the legs. Also, I don't really want to put a pneumatic system because it would have, well, it would have been less articulated with the pneumatic system. So you can turn this all the way up. And this part, as I said earlier, is really a big problem because you can see you can just turn this on this way. And sometimes it fell off really easily because of that. So I think I should put some little stands on the wheels, like some motorcycle, for example, when you put it at a stop. And well, here we go. So you can see you have the Goya mode. You can see the race mode like that. So with the helmet on the really curved. In fact, that was my main idea for this mod. That's what I had in my mind at the first. I really wanted to make a mock with this type of shape, really curved and bent one with long arm on the front. So that's the first mod, but when he's not racing, he can put off his helmet like that and also turn his arm and then just be like a normal, if I can say, biped. And here we go. And well, that's all, guys, I think, for this mod. So this was Cychae, well, quite hard to pronounce in English. And that's also, yes, I have to say on this one that if you want to know the drawback of this mod, I think is mostly that is also, again, a poser, if I can say so, like Nekio. So this means it can do some pose really nice, but not that much. That's really a problem for me. Well, that's why mocking this for improving ourselves. So I will again. So yes, I will of course try to make a better one next time. So yes, the main problem in fact are just legs problem because there is much weight on the upper side and not really that much on the lower side on the arms, and because there is no pneumatic system and also because these parts are put in this way, these connectors part are put in this way, it's quite hard to make him pose in certain position. But apart from that, I'm really proud of the overall design. Not really that proud because it's not like I'm gonna cry out loud that I'm proud of my mugs, but still, I think the overall design is quite okay, and the rounded shape is well, nicely done. So that's all. But well, try to comment on my mark. Say me if you like it or not like it. But if you just say if it is just to say something like I don't like your mock without any argument, it's not. Do not think to post. I think do not try to post because I will really delete your comments. So argumented criticism is welcomed, and just haters are not welcome. And well, that's all for this mock. So hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any comments, I have said earlier, post them. I will try to answer them. And well, that's all. So that was Cychae for you, and I'll see you later for another Bionicle video review, mock 1 or set 1. Bye!